This episode is brought to you by Laguna Motors. We make car buying easy. Why waste time with Craigslist clowns and sled lots with trailer offices? Buy with ease. Buy with confidence. Come down to beautiful South Orange County and buy from Laguna Motors. Follow us at Laguna Motors and visit us at lagunamotorsoc.com. Music.
Hadouken! He's on fire! Come here!
It's me! Listen!
So smooth. We're so smooth.
We got
dude.
shit to do to talk about. Not really, not that many.
No?
No, I ended up looking for things for us to talk about and then got stuck
Getting
scrolling
lost.
more. Yeah. Fucking internet.
Dude,
And
it's a real
things.
problem. I don't know, like, I always used to be like, oh, I can pay attention to shit. Not anymore, dude. Not anymore.
There's so many times in my day where I'm going to like another spot to do a specific thing, nothing else, and then I get to the spot and it's like, fuck, what was I gonna do?
Yeah, why am I here?
Like, and it's like stone cold sober too, middle of the day, no reason. It's not like I just woke up or I just got off the gym. Nope, just like, fuck, I forgot why I walked into the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. I do that all the time.
I do that at like the restaurant that I work at. I'll walk in because it's like I'll do my rounds, through the restaurant. I'll walk by the line, make sure there's no food to run. But 4 out of the 9 times that I go in there, I walk into the kitchen and I stop and I go, nope, I don't know what I'm here for, and I turn around.
Nope.
Yeah, I turn around, go home, or go back to the bar.
Yeah. Do you know how many times a day I'm like, oh, I have to do this, and I pull out my phone to do it, and then there's like a notification, so I'm like, oh, I'll take care of that first, and then I just completely forget
Yeah.
to text who I was supposed to text.
That happens with jokes a lot. Like, I'm trying to write
Yeah.
everything down more, but it's that fucking, like, all right, let me just get past that email, and then now I'm in YouTube somehow.
Yeah. Like, you accidentally open an app, and you're like, fuck, I gotta get out of this, and you get out of it, and you're like, what was I?
I glitch. I sit there
Yeah.
in, like, silence. Like,
There's something about the screen where it's like all the apps are there, you're like, it's
too
like,
many decisions.
It's mesmerizing. I think that's what it is. I'm so indecisive. I'm just like, I don't know.
I think it's like because in our brains we're wired like notification, take care of that. Like so like the notification distraction.
It seems
easy.
urgent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That bright red one in the corner. Or
when it's like baby Skittles 17454 followed you on Instagram. It's like I don't need to. I
want Mama Skittles. That's what I'm talking about.
I know that's a fake account. I don't need to go.
Those egg spammers.
Anytime there's numbers. Anytime there's more than like, oh, this is a year, I'm out.
Do you ever get those spam bot DMs?
Yeah.
Hey, sexy.
Decline.
I miss you.
I'm sorry. Have we met?
I really love your profile. It's love because they don't fucking spell check
they're
that
Russian
shit.
and they don't understand.
That too. That's how you know it's really a scam, is like when you know that you just copied and pasted this from Google Translate, you asshole.
You're probably not even a girl, most likely. Like,
or
just
alive. It could just be a bot at
that's
this
just
point.
a business, yeah.
What is that business? Why do you need what's going on there? What is the benefit to the spam bot?
Website traffic.
That's fake then, right? That's fake traffic.
Yeah, but I mean,
is it like when you get more hits, you show up higher on Google, like because it seems like people go into your page?
That, but also like ad revenue from the website itself.
Oh, so clicks.
So yeah, so if you go to a website, they have ads. They get paid per view. So it's like
right. I guess in that sense that makes sense. Sort of. That's still faking it though.
I mean, yeah. It's grassroots marketing, the way I see it.
It's the bringer shows of the internet.
It really is. That's a good point.
It's rude. That's what it is. It's like, that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm giving you money for.
Meanwhile, follow us on twitch.tv/Gameboiz podcast.
Where we're streaming live currently, ladies and gentlemen. So check that out every time we record this.
We start the Twitch before we start the audio recording, so you're fucking missing out if you're only listening to this.
Sit in on some gossip.
But keep in mind the audio is shitty and there's no video. So
yeah, and there's a chance that you can't even hear the names that we're dropping.
There's a really good chance, actually. It's most likely.
Yeah. I don't know if we've ever officially announced this on the podcast, but we do have a Wednesday and Saturday release schedule. So that's why today is a Friday. We're recording. So if you guys want to check in the day before release day, good chance that you're going to sit in on a podcast because we don't really say when we're recording either.
And if you subscribe to our Twitch, it'll notify you when we go live.
So it'll give you a little one notification on your phone to help you get fucking distracted by everything else. What's your biggest distraction app?
Instagram, for sure. I open Instagram every time I open my phone. Every time. I heard this statistic like a year ago that said the average person opens Instagram like 38 times a day, and I was like, I'm way more than that.
You're like, I knew I was above average at everything.
Way more. Like at least 100% more. I definitely open Instagram at least 75 times a day. At least, for sure.
Yeah, okay, but think about your lifestyle, I guess, in terms of like what you do for work, what your hobbies are, your evening pursuits, how much social engagement is kind of required on your part in terms of what you want to do.
It's fucking annoying.
It is, but it isn't. I'm trying to not make excuses these days about like why. Like I agree, social interaction is annoying, but I think it's because I suck at it. So now I have to force myself into it.
I definitely suck at it.
So I've pushed myself into it. But Instagram used to be my distraction app, so I turned the notifications off.
Oh, you dirty dog.
So now I don't know I have something until I have to go post, and it's helped a lot. It's turned my screen time down lower. Do you have the screen time? Oh, you're a Motorola.
But it has that on there.
No. What's your average screen time?
I don't know. I don't look. My iPad notifies me like every week.
Yeah.
How often I've been using it. And it'll be like, it's been down.
24%.
It's usually down. It's gone up recently because of the new Elder Scrolls game that's on there. It's pretty cool.
Is that like your bedtime game?
It's like no, I play it like when my girlfriend's watching Netflix and I don't want to watch the show she's watching. It's like a condensed version of Skyrim. You have like your own town that you're like rebuilding, so you have to get materials, and you get materials by doing quests. And it's not open world. You just like pick a quest. Like your town is open, so you can walk around the town like third person or first person, and then you can go do the quests, which are also first person, and there's a combat system that's easy, but at the same time, it gets harder because the enemies hit harder and shit. But it's basically like a really simplified version of Skyrim.
It's like Skyrim Lite.
Kind of, yeah.
Skyrim Lite if they had microtransactions to get it better and more in depth.
Yep.
It's I'm glad they're finally figuring out mobile games though, and it's not just mobile entertainment. It's not like just Bejeweled.
They're trying different things.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Especially since like the hardware in tablets now is just fucking, it's getting insane.
It's a computer.
These graphics are very impressive. I mean, there's even like for the Elder Scrolls, like those are so like, there's so much to those games that even like the Skyrim PS4, it's like, this isn't real. Like, you can tell, especially with people on that one.
Yeah.
Their nature settings are fucking incredible. But when it comes to people, it's like, okay, this is still clearly a video game.
Red Dead blurred that line sometimes for me.
Yeah, they did it, like, especially on close-ups. It was like, whoa.
Close-ups and like in the landscape shots, like when you're going over the hill. I have stopped in the middle of the game just to be like, this is so dope.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny. We were playing online not too long ago, and we were both riding to the same place, and we were like, we missed our turn, and we were at the same time, we were like, oh shit, we were looking at the scenery. My bad.
Sorry, the sun was going down. I wanted to see if I could see the green flash.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that was, man, I don't know how they do it.
It's ridiculous. I don't know how they do it on a portable device.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
What's weird is that you get like Rockstar level graphics, and then you play a game like Conan Exiles that is just like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? Like, how is there such a contrast between these games?
At least it doesn't look like RuneScape.
That's true.
RuneScape looked awful, but I had a lot. Do you ever play that as a kid?
No, because I played World of Warcraft an adult.
That's right. No, I played RuneScape like back in the day, like in middle school maybe.
Yeah,
but
that shit's
it was cool.
It's for children.
It is for children. I also played MapleStory.
Did you know they re-released it?
Did they?
On
the graphics
mobile.
are probably better.
No, they're probably the same. Why would you make it better?
Did you play any MapleStory?
I don't know what that is.
It's side-scrolling MMO basically. It's dope.
No.
It's MMORPG where you build up your character, but the animations and the illustration styles like anime. So it's like super deformed people. You know, they're super small, big eyes. It's dope. I think I could never afford the hardware to play the MMOs I really wanted to play, so I settled for things like RuneScape and MMOs, and I played Neopets online because I longed a sense of community.
Dude, your life, man.
It's fun. It was great. What are you talking about? I had a great time with my life.
I mean, I'm sure you did, but
I read Harry Potter books and stuff.
I mean, I read Harry Potter books.
That's
a signal of a good childhood to me.
How did you stumble upon Harry Potter, or like how were you introduced to Harry Potter?
I had a second grade teacher that read the first book to us in class.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then
that
had
teacher
a
and
crush
I
on
have the
Hermione.
same birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, did you continue on the story, or were you like, all right, now I got to start from the beginning? So you heard the second, went to the first.
I reread the first one myself. I bought it and reread it, and then read them all from there.
Nerd.
Yeah, well,
I had I don't know what was going on in my childhood. I'm sure I was a piece of shit because, like, I was a asshole of a kid. Like now, but worse. It was crazy, and my mom decided that she was going to just buy the first 4 books for me, and then she left it on the staircase that I took to go up to my bedroom. And, like, I never really got an explanation as to why. Because I like reading, but it's not like, George likes reading, buy him books. It was like, no, I enjoy a good book.
yeah.
But my mom was just like, I thought you might like it. And I was just so confused. And so
Why are you confused by that?
because it was like, when did
she wanted to do something nice for you, dude?
Actually,
what
it was
is
the first
problem?
3 books. Actually,
that makes sense.
What year did the 3rd book come out? Because
oh god, I have no idea.
Because I hadn't even really heard about Harry Potter at that point. Like I wasn't. I knew like there were books getting banned. But I had no like real interest. I'd never really read fantasy books either. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm being a dick to my
1997, the first 3 came out.
Okay, yeah. So that sounds about right. Like 98 is probably where I started reading Harry Potter. But I don't know. It was chosen for me. I didn't pick the book at all.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's a great book series.
Fantastic. It's
amazing.
One of the best.
I would. That was the only book series I've ever like went to a store to buy the book on release day. Like I remember the Half-Blood Prince when that came out. My mom was like, "Hey, I'm going to Sam's Club," and I was like, "I'm coming," because I knew Sam's Club had 19 pallets of Half-Blood Prince and they'd be in stock. So I went to buy the book release day, and yeah. Also, I think my mom bought it for me because I think as a parent, if your kid wants a book, you're kind of required to buy it for them.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree.
So,
dude, fucking the Half-Blood Prince. When you finish that book, you're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
It's the world of Harry Potter seems pretty straightforward up until the Half-Blood Prince, dude. And then everything gets kind of crazy.
Well, the 5th one, dude, the 5th one was weird. I think the 5th one is my least favorite.
Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
I think
it's just like the most confusing one.
I feel like I read somewhere or someone told me that book, most people agree that it's like the least favorite, but it's entirely like to fix character flaws and changes and things that she had made in the past 4 books to make it fit for the rest of the series. Like it had something to do with like the Quibbler
character development.
Well, very specifically the Quibbler, Rita Skeeter, and her interactions with Harry. Like she had to write a bunch of it out for some reason. I don't know if it was a publisher decision or something, and fix it. And that's why the Order of the Phoenix is kind of it feels like filler.
Interesting.
So I haven't gone back to read it since I've heard that fact, because I just watched the movie, because ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Dude, it's weird how at like the first 3 3/4 books have a feel, and it's like whoa, like this is kind of cool, but it's like there's Voldemort, I gotta stop him. But then you get to that like the end of the 4th book, and it just like the mood changes. You're like, oh shit, this is kind of looking bad for them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like it just gets dark, and then the 5th one is really dark, especially in the movie. Is really dark compared to the beginning of the series, and then it's just all dark from there, and just
I like it though.
morbid.
I like
It's great.
Yeah, thematically, I think it's good storytelling, because now you're experiencing this change, and this sudden change of emotion and like character motivations, where it's almost like while the characters in book are kind of going through puberty and it's never really addressed, it's like as a reader, you emotionally experience the same kind of discourse.
It is a coming of age story.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, it's so good.
Dude, I think all kids, like, if you have like a 10-year-old, you should show them Harry. Like that, you should you should show them the first movie at like 10, have them watch it as many times as they want until they're like every year don't just fucking binge watch it, you fucking 2019 piece of shit. Like, wait a year. And then show them the next one. Like, make it a thing where they're like, because that's what happened with me. Like, the movies came out right around, like, when I turned 11, the first movie came out.
Nice.
Like, right around my birthday. And it was every year after that, right around my birthday, the movies would come out. So it was like, I pretty much grew up with them myself. So it's like, it was more of a connection.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how you need to.
It was difficult for me to, really thoroughly invest myself into the books, because I'm stupid, and I needed the movies. Like, I needed someone to tell me what these characters looked like, so that I didn't have to think about it constantly in my head. And then once I watched the movies, I reread the books, and
It definitely helps.
It was so much better. So much better. Like, leaps and bounds.
When you think about Hermione, you're like, oh.
Yeah. And now she's black or something.
Is she?
Yeah. Well, at least in, I think in The Cursed Child, I think someone said she's black, and then J.K. Rowling was like, well, I never said she was white. You got to go back and read it.
That's weird.
Didn't you read it?
She has brown, bushy hair. What fucking black person has brown, bushy hair?
Maybe every British black person.
Nope. It's not how it works.
It's weird to see, like, hard-ass black dudes with, like, a British or
accent.
French accent, even. Like, dude, I'm not taking you seriously.
Yeah,
right?
you went to Harvard. Okay. We get it, dude. We get it.
That was I forgot. This is a long-winded way into our topic today, because I just wanted to talk about news. Yeah. And first on the list actually, was the Harry Potter mobile game. And like, that's... Did you know that was a thing coming out?
Which one? What is it?
Harry Potter Worlds, Wizard Worlds. I'll look for it, because it wasn't at the top of my list. I didn't think we'd talk about fucking nerd shit right out the gate.
No,
but yeah, I guess they just announced that you can use. It's by Niantic, however you say their stupid name. They did Pokemon Go. And so they're making a similar Harry Potter mobile name. Oh, Harry Potter Wizards Unite is what it's called. And so it's going to be the same kind of format as in terms of Pokemon Go, where instead of finding Pokemon, you're part of, I want to say they called it the Secret Order of Society, or you're some kind of agent that's interacting with the real world, with the Muggle world.
Oh my god, dude.
And what you're doing is you're finding certain people and certain artifacts in the Muggle world, and then you can, bring it back to your world and play with it from there. And it's more of an RPG though. It's been said that like they're focusing on like character building and potion making and other things. I'm sure you're going to be able to battle other players, Wizard Duel. It's called Wizards Unite. So when you're not united, obviously you're going to fight.
Oh, dude.
So, yeah, they announced that you are now able to use your Pokemon Go, like you can reserve your Pokemon Go username for your Wizards Unite. So if you guys play Pokemon Go, you now have a Wizards Unite account that you're required to.
I don't understand how those are related.
Because they're made by the same company.
Oh, I see.
So they're just saying, like, we have your info already, dude. You don't have to do it again.
We have you.
Yeah, which is, I think, is a smart idea because, one, you get to kind of gauge the interest of your game before it comes out. It's a mobile game. And two, like, it eliminates a hurdle. Like, if anyone's that's like, oh, I got to sign up for another thing, they're like, nope, click, I'm in. Like, it's like that Facebook access.
Wouldn't it have happened that way anyway? Because it was made by the same company?
I get. Well, they have your email information and stuff, but they're saying like you can use your username. Like you just need just your username.
Not like anybody else is gonna use it. It's of course. Like what else are you gonna use?
You've never like saw a name on like online, and then your next game that you play, you're like, I'm gonna use that name because it was good. Like it eliminates that shit.
Right, but this is the same company that runs Pokemon Go. So they don't have to worry about that because it's that company. So if anybody tries to sign up for that game using your username, it's already in use.
I guess, but they're not going to. I mean,
because they're doing it through the company. It's
no,
not like
I see what you're
saying,
but it's not like the games are connected. You know?
No, but it's like it's like signing up for like Blizzard's thing. Like you have a Blizzard account that you sign in, you use through all their games.
Yeah, that I guess that's the change that they're also announcing with this is that like, okay, now like we're doing it like a Blizzard thing. Like you have a username and that's your account with us because before it was just Pokemon Go.
Yeah, so why do you have to reserve your fucking like? Why isn't it just automatically the same username?
Because I think you can get new ones so that when you're playing
each
Harry
game?
Potter, it's not fucking Trainer 626, Bug Trainer 9 or something. Like it's not Pokemon related. It's
don't
Wizard
pick a
related.
Fucking stupid ass username.
But they didn't know that. That's what I'm saying. They didn't know that they were gonna. It was an account. They were like, oh,
well, those people are gonna want a new username
Go.
anyway.
Maybe, or you're gonna have a bunch of wizards being called Bulbasaur 994. It's always numbers.
Or you're just gonna have different people. Because
are you even
niche.
remotely interested in this Harry Potter game?
You're making me lose interest with all this bullshit, to be honest with you. I don't know, dude. It depends on what they do with it. I mean, dude, the thing about augmented reality is when you're walking around with your phone pointing at shit, people get paranoid. I've had people confront me when Pokemon was out. I had a dude confront me because he thought I was taking pictures of his house. I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to catch Pokemon, man. Like, it was weird. And especially in Southern California, it's like you can't put your phone in people's faces.
That's true. I didn't experience that though, and I feel like that only happened when like Pokemon Go had really first come out.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like people get it now.
I still feel weird.
It is weird.
If I hold my phone like above, let's see, what's this angle right here? 45. If it's above 45, I feel weird. I feel like people are gonna look at me and they'll be like, he's hiding something or he's trying to film something or take a picture or something. If it's up this way more, that looks like you're filming, hiding something. That's normal.
Hold your phone like a regular person when you play Pokemon Go. What are you doing?
But you can't because you have to look for the thing.
I haven't played Pokemon Go in such a long time. I never had to move my phone to play it.
You didn't use the augmented reality?
No.
You're fucking boring, dude. You're not using it right. That's the problem. What the fuck, dude? That's the whole idea is to use augmented reality so that things are in the real world.
Yeah, but it was garbage. That's why I just never used it. And
dude, you're so not fun. You don't play games the way they're meant to be played.
I collected them. I
that.
also had like an
that.
iPhone 5.
The whole point of that game was that it was augmented reality. That was the whole point. Was that like you're in the real world catching Pokemon in the real world, and you're just gonna take that part out? You can just sit at home and play regular Pokemon.
You couldn't, though.
Yeah,
you had to go places. You had to go to.
Yeah,
you had
get
to
a
go
fucking
to
Game Boy.
Pokestops.
Fuck out of here, dude. That is so stupid. Why would you not use augmented reality? I just don't.
But
it's like playing a virtual reality game without the virtual headset. Why the fuck?
That's true. Well, no, I didn't use it because, like I said, when the game came out, I was a ground level player of Pokemon Go. It was garbage. I just never bothered with it because it was slow. That's where it would glitch the most. And so I turned it off, and everything ran 10% smoother. So I just left it off constantly.
Whatever, man.
It was a performance because I'm dedicated to my gameplay, and I don't want to waste any time. Okay, you're the one wasting your fucking time.
You're not playing by the spirit of the game. That's what makes me upset.
I hope that they have perfected it though, because I was thinking about like the augmented reality aspect of Wizards Unite, and I think it would be cool if like you had to like put your phone up to like a stop sign or something, and it said something different.
Oh, that would be cool.
Or if like it's something enchanted and it would have a specific glow, and that's how you find things. I think that'd be dope as fuck.
That would be cool.
But I also want to do it walking around with my wand that I got from Universal Studios.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. I'll find a stick.
Just go to Universal. There's so many new wands.
I'm not gonna buy them.
So many new wands.
They're too expensive.
You can get fucking Fantastic Beast guy, Newt Scamander's wand. It's great. As long as they keep coming out with movies, you can have new wands, and it's dope. They've mastered that market of making you pay $40 for wood.
Is J.K. Rowling the most richest person in the fucking world yet, or what, dude?
She should be.
Jesus.
She should. Well, I mean, she probably is just benefiting from the exposure that Warner Brothers has given her, or not Warner Brothers. Is it Warner Brothers? Universal. Wow, fucking A.
So much money. I mean, she gets money from the rights for sure for them using it.
Her rags to riches story is my favorite. Of like, she wrote it on napkins
napkin
and shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
It's like I at least I write my jokes in a book.
Notebook.
Yeah.
Dude, they're a quarter.
Yeah.
It's school time. It's back to
You're
school.
At a coffee
Go to Office
shop.
Max.
Like, Jesus Christ, it's free shit. Anyway,
that's funny.
Next thing I want to talk about, because this just happened and this is coming out tomorrow. So, not well, I guess for some people that the new implementation of you can change your PlayStation, your PSN.
Yeah,
you can change that as of I want to say yesterday, maybe yesterday, then sometime in the last week or so.
Compared to when this is coming out, but
tomorrow.
You said,
this is coming out tomorrow.
But this, and when's that happen?
It's
already been happening?
Yeah, it's already been happening that like players are changing their names and they're losing save data on their games.
Yeah, I heard there's an issue with it with certain games.
That's crazy.
But Sony released a list of games where it's like you're going to have problems.
Yeah.
With these games.
Because they were like, oh shit, like because someone had the problem. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that list keeps growing with the amount of games that are out. Yeah, so it's like
I mean, I have no intention of changing mine.
Yeah, change it at your own risk.
Yeah. What's funny is like they're like, oh yeah, the first one's free, and then after that you got to pay for it. But with all this shit, I feel like they should just be like, you know what, you can just change as much as you want.
Yeah, your first 3 are free.
Yeah, they need to be able to fix that and then offer some shit.
You can use a previously used name for free. You can revert to that anytime, I think, for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So right now it says it's free.
So you could like switch back and forth.
Possibly.
That would be dope.
Yeah, it says the first one's free, and then it's $9.99 every fucking change after that.
That solves your problem with the Pokemon thing. It's just like you just have different PSNs for fucking each game. In Call of Duty, you could be fucking Call of Booty. And then when you play Halo, you can be Master Chef.
Master Chef was my favorite one. Who are the chefs? Do you remember that commercial at the Super Bowl?
No.
The Super Bowl.
No.
With the Kansas City Chiefs?
No.
You don't?
No.
You watch like sports and stuff?
Used to.
Used to?
I don't really watch. I don't have cable, dude.
I guess, but it was the Super Bowl. It was a Super Bowl commercial. I watch it, and I'm busy watching the Puppy Bowl.
This past one?
No, whenever the Chiefs played, this was like fucking years ago.
Man, what kind of memory do you think I have?
A good one, I'd hope.
I don't
you remember 5 minutes at a time?
Barely.
You trudge through 5 minutes at a time?
I do.
This comes out before Game of Thrones is so close. So close.
Do you have a subscription?
No.
Oh.
No. I might get one though, just because.
I'm going
and
to.
I think they're making it so that you can get Game of Thrones through PlayStation soon. I think that's what they're working on, because if you go, this is the next news story. If you go on the website, they actually have a quote unquote quest that you can go on to get Game of Thrones like themes for your PlayStation desktop. You can get avatars, you can get all kinds of shit. And so they're really pushing Game of Thrones through the PlayStation console. So
I wonder how they're gonna do that.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just an HBO thing that they're doing. Yeah. But there is a whole. If you guys are bored and you want to click around for a little bit, you can go to the PlayStation website and get Game of Thrones shit. So
That's dope.
I wanted to, and then I realized we had to record. So it's like it's.
Yeah, dude. It's been so long. I probably should have watched the rest of Game of Thrones again because it's been so long. I've seen it twice.
I think I'm 4. If I watch it again, it would be number 5.
See, I just can't commit that much more time.
Well, it's like at some point I want to watch a show that I haven't seen in a while. You know, it's like I don't really want to keep watching new shows because then I'll get sucked in and I always have to keep up. And every time I rewatch Game of Thrones, I feel like I understand it better.
Right.
And so far, there hasn't been a rewatch where I didn't pick something up new. So
that's so ridiculous, man.
almost every time every time a new season comes out, so this is going to be probably the last time before I rewatch the whole thing. I rewatch it almost as homework.
How many episodes are in this season? Do we know?
I want to say 8.
That's not enough.
No, but they're anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half.
There better be 6 each.
I think average runtime's like an hour and 12 minutes or something, which I think
including ads, previews.
Well, I think a lot of us remember the old Game of Thrones episodes where it was very slow moving. You know, besides the bookend events that happened at the very beginning and the very end, it's all character building. And then around like season 3 or 4, they figured out like we want some fucking shit to happen in the middle too. And so I think they're gonna make good use of their time. Like the Battle of the Bastards, that episode was great.
Dude, it was so good.
I had never experienced claustrophobia in that sense.
Anxiety.
From a show. Yeah, from a show. Like I was like, oh
yeah. Yup. I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
It was crazy.
Yeah, they did it. That was amazing.
So well done.
I was like, oh, he's dead for sure. Like,
this is it.
Can't get
this
out of
is
that.
it. Yeah.
Considering how heavy bodies are, it's like, no way.
And then at the last minute, you're like, oh, you and your rubber sword.
Yes,
I'm so happy for you. It was good, and I'm excited for this new one.
I just hope they don't fuck up the ending.
It's gonna make people upset. All right, we'll put this.
I know. I was talking about that with one of my friends last night, actually, and we won a game of Firestorm on Battlefield.
Oh, I wanted to talk about that
duos.
too.
But I was just like, dude, you're gonna hate the ending just because of how the show is. You're gonna hate it. Like it's gonna happen that way.
Okay, so I have 2 questions then.
Okay.
First, who do you think will end up on the Iron Throne? That's question 1.
That's a profound question.
Who do you want to end up on the throne?
Okay, first one. I don't think technically anybody. I hope the zombies win. Wait. I think I have the same answer for both.
Okay, that's fair.
The zombies.
You want the White Walkers to...
Yeah.
You want the Night King to be king?
Yeah.
And then it's a different cycle of like the fucking... The ones across the wall, the free folk start coming into King's Landing to overthrow the Night King.
Nope,
and then
they're all dead. They're all dead.
Forever.
They're all dead. It's it. The zombies win.
Forever.
Game over.
No, they can't be game over because that's the whole lore of this. Is like this has happened before, so it's gonna happen again. So like whatever's happening is gonna happen again.
That's what they want you to think. That's the red herring. You know.
It is, but did you read?
History repeats itself.
Did you read
Night King comes in and go fuck yourself.
That fucking thick ass Westeros book. There's like a bunch of lore.
Why would I
stuff.
read that?
Yeah, me either. I didn't check it out. It's good,
dude.
though.
Those people from fucking the Sand place.
The Sand. Oh, Adorn.
Yep, they're gonna probably win because they're south.
No, they don't leave their island. So you think the White? I think.
Oh, that's an island.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a peninsula.
The island of Dorne, I believe. That's why you have to get there by boat.
Oh, I just thought it was far away.
Dorne and wherever the bank is, the Iron Bank.
Yeah.
The Bravos. I think you have to sail
that's
to
so
those.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But then you also have
I still want all the people to die.
You have the Ironborn on their own, the Iron Islands as well.
Oh yeah,
so.
but they're gonna fight amongst themselves. They're fucking garbage people.
They are.
So-
They need just a solid leader.
Yeah,
Just anyone that speaks confidently.
yeah. One with a dick, you know.
No, it didn't have to be with a dick. They were gonna follow his sister for a little while. They're all down for that
she
shit.
She did.
I mean, she had the female version of a dick, I guess.
She didn't make the cut, though.
I thought she'd make a good queen. I think that who's going to end up on the Iron Throne, or who I want to end up on the Iron Throne, is Arya. I think she can disassociate enough to be a good ruler, but still she's young enough to make bad decisions where shit's gonna happen again anyway. But I think Jaime's gonna end up on the throne.
Dude, if Sansa ends up being a queen, I'm gonna burn every copy of Game of Thrones. I fucking hate that bitch. She's the worst character.
Why? Why do you think? Because I agree she was the worst up until season 5.
Yeah.
But I think that was
forgive, but don't forget.
That was part of her character. She was
so stupid.
She was a fucking these are all children.
Bitch.
I think we all forget when we watch the shows that in the stories they're all
13
to 20. Yeah, like Robb Stark during the war.
It's 17, right?
Well, he's 20 by the time he dies, I believe.
Yeah.
So Homeboy got some good puss though. Shit, I don't blame him.
Word.
Good for you. But yeah, so
I would
Sansa
have died for that too.
Sansa was 12, shit. She's like that sickly boy that likes to throw people through the moon door. They were all that age when this shit started.
Sickly.
Yeah, I don't know, that fucking piece of shit.
He had Asperger's.
Yeah.
Problems.
Yeah, he didn't even have to act. They were just read these for us, please.
Just say this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that Game of Thrones is so deep and so good that we very rarely do we talk about how much you hated Joffrey. Because I couldn't think about who in recent memory who I hated more as a character.
Oh, dude.
But Joffrey.
Dude, you don't even hate Cersei as much as you hated Joffrey.
No.
He was way worse, though.
Yeah.
Way worser.
I think with Cersei, though, I think it's because we can see why she's doing things.
There's a reason.
It's
with Joffrey, it's you're just a prick.
Yeah, he's just stapling hookers to the wall with a fucking crossbow. You piece of shit.
He just gives him a fire pump. He's like, shove it in the ass.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, dude?
Give me my cup, uncle. Dude, I was so happy when Tyrion slapped him.
Yeah, dude, that was so funny, man.
I'm the king.
Oh my god, he's so funny.
I'm very excited, as you can tell. We could change this to a Game of Thrones podcast.
Peter Dinklage is just so good in that show, dude.
He's good in general.
Man,
even his little role in Elf.
I like how you said little.
His tiny role.
His itty bitty role.
His short role.
But yeah. yeah, dude. He's a great actor. You know what's weird is when you see people in roles and you're like, oh, that's just how that person that when you're young, you're like, oh, that person's an angry person. It's no, they're just a good actor.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage in that was just that asshole businessman and he's just so angry, and so I was like, oh my god, he's
I
angry.
drink wine and I know things.
Yeah, and then you see him in Game of Thrones, he's like, oh my god, he's dude, if he was a normal person, he'd just be some portly fucking oh dude. He's such a great character.
He's great. And he plays you saw Endgame, right?
No.
You didn't? He plays... So Peter Dinklage plays a dwarf, a giant dwarf.
What?
He's 30 feet tall, but he's the guy that made Thor's hammer and stuff, and Thor needed a new hammer. So Peter Dinklage got cast as the biggest role in the movie. Literally the biggest role in the movie.
Okay. I'm definitely not seeing this now.
It was dope. No, he does a good job. It's his comedic chops are there. It's cool. It's interesting to see how much he can do with such little time, because he was maybe a few minutes, but it's you'll remember that scene.
Yeah.
If not for the novelty of it.
Right.
It was funny. They start actually with him like a close up, and you're like, "Oh, it's Peter Dinklage, dope." And then they bring the other characters, and you're like, "Oh, it's giant Peter Dinklage,
dope."
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a nerd. I enjoy Game of Thrones and nerdy shit.
I mean, everybody enjoys Game of Thrones.
I guess. Do you enjoy Star Wars? Are you a Star Wars fan?
I enjoy it.
They're coming out with a new Star Wars game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What kind? I like how you did that with your hand like it's the Force.
This is my lightning.
Your sound is better than mine. Yeah.
Well, I've grabbed a lot of sticks and did the.
Yeah, yours way better.
It's made by Respawn. The creators of fucking Apex Legends, Titanfall.
Okay.
Respawn is doing it's a single player only Star Wars game, and they said that it's we promise that you will have lightsaber duels. And I'm in for just that. We don't know a whole lot about this. This just got released. The graphic for the promo graphic got dropped on Thursday. This comes out Saturday, so 2 days ago.
As long as it's fun. I don't want it to be like For Honor, where it's like more difficult to play, where it's like I have to try hard.
Yeah.
I just want to like hold a button to like.
I'm sure there'll be an easy version.
That's what I want to play. Because I just want the visual part. That's the cool part. That's what's fun about like God of War is like you can just button smash and you just watch what the dude does. You just fucking kill shit and you're like, oh, I'm going to keep doing that. Like, that's fun.
Yeah. Like a Knights of the Old Republic style gameplay would be fun.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to see because I feel like Respawn kind of knows how to make a multiplayer game. Their first Titanfall, I believe, was multiplayer.
Did they do the Battlefront games?
Battlefront? No.
Star Wars?
No. That was EA.
Oh.
EA. Shooters. It's in the gun. I don't know. So I'm interested just because the studio's, again, taking a risk and making a single player only. Because I think we discussed, like, if you don't have a multiplayer, you're kind of limiting your draw to the game.
Yeah. And your single player better be fire.
Yeah, and I hope that they understand this. With it's called Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order. And I guess
a future game after.
No, it's happening right after Revenge of the Sith. So when Palpatine goes, implement Order 66.
Oh my
god! And they start hunting down the Jedis and stuff. So it's right in that space of time. And
Order 66.
The quote says it tells an original Star Wars story around a surviving Padawan set shortly after the events of Star Wars Episode 3. It's a dark time for the Jedi, and they're being hunted down following the Empire's grim Order 66. So, could be fun, Could be, what if?
Okay, all right.
What if the surviving Padawan is a kid that ran away as Anakin was just slaughtering all the Jedi.
Yeah, all those little kids. Yeah,
or maybe there's a couple of them, so that there's a future, maybe a co-op version where there's
boy
two.
And a girl. Well, you have a boy and a girl, and you get to choose
true.
one. The one you don't choose dies in the intro.
Dark.
Yeah,
but that'd be great. It is called The Fallen Order, and that would be a nice start to it. If they could start this game the way Rogue One ended, in that just fucking, there's no one stopping this motherfucker, Did you see Star Wars Rogue One?
Yeah.
In the end, the very end, you have the last 10 seconds, Darth Vader shows up and just wrecks shop and makes that whole movie worth it.
That was fucking awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because you never really felt afraid of Darth Vader.
Well, he just would use the Force so much in the old movies.
Yeah. This one, he's like,
this is easier.
Come at me.
Less choreography. Yeah, that was fucking wild.
Yeah. You put him in that small hallway, and you're like, what's going on? And then you see the fucking red,
yeah. It's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, and they're like passing that fucking CD case off. That was so good. So if they can start the Fallen Order the way that ended, I think that would be perfect. Because you have a blueprint of like, just do it like this, and then you ride the rest of the momentum.
Does that fit into what they explained for what the game's going to be?
No, but I want it to. That's why I said, what if? What if? These are my what ifs. That would be great.
That's a DLC.
Oh, fucking Respawn stealing my shit. Respawn's
I feel like
been good about their DLCs, though.
I feel like
cosmetic.
the game's going to be like, yeah, like you're one of those kids. That makes sense. You're a kid because you have to have the power, right? Like Jedi power is just isn't like you can't learn it. You just have it, right?
I guess it depends on how the rest of the series goes, because if you go like episode 1, I think it's been retconned, but in episode 1 they talk about the midichlorian count.
Oh, right.
You know, about like how everything has midichlorians and it's how it speaks to the cells, but it's never been mentioned after that because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
We're gonna make up science, and they're like,
Yeah.
okay, now you need to write more about it. And they're like,
also,
never mind.
little did you know for Star Wars Episode 1 from Gameboiz that the communicators that they use in Star Wars Episode 1 are like Gillette Mach 3 razor blades that you shave with.
No way.
Yeah, they just turn them upside down. They took the blade end off, turned it upside down, and added like little pieces of plastic, but it's just a little thing that you shave with.
That's hilarious. That's brilliant.
Very low key. Well, I mean, I like things like that. I like practical effects and like I really enjoy Men in Black because of the makeup and the use of just practical slime and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think it holds true to the Star Wars theme of like using weird things for specific purposes, because the original lightsaber was a camera flash. Like most of the parts came from camera flashes that you put on DSLRs. So like it was a pipe and the knobs and all the inside. It was from a camera mostly.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I like stupid shit. Like I get to get 2 do-you-knows.
It's weird, like how you can see something like those communicators, and you would have no idea that it was like a razor or whatever the fuck until somebody told you. And then it's like sometimes you ever like looked at something and for whatever reason, like at the angle you're looking at it, you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
You're like, I can't even tell what that is, but you've seen it before. Now you're talking about something that's made up. And you're like, okay, yeah, of course that's what it is. But until somebody goes, no, look, it's just oh shit, okay, I see it now. But like, you would never.
It's like a real life I Spy.
Because they could have spent a bunch of money, fucking like making like a prototype and shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, nah, we're just gonna.
They're like, we got $8 left. I got an idea.
We had to pay Ewan McGregor fucking $7,000 million.
Yeah,
is that his name? The guy was Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Ewan, I think is how you say it.
Sorry, I'm not from Britain.
Ewan and Garage.
Ewan McGregor.
McGregor.
Oh, there you go, fuck you up. There you go, have a drink and fuck you up. Anyway.
My favorite part of Episode 1, though, is definitely Darth Maul. Hands down. The fight choreography.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. But like pod racing?
It's great until Anakin goes, now this is pod racing.
It's a kid, man. Give him a break.
Yeah, but it's also not his first pod race. Like,
yeah, it was the best one he had.
It was the best one because it was the only one he could use his. But still, like,
yeah,
can that happen? I want real pod racers. I feel like that's a thing. We can make that work.
We don't even have hoverboards, like real hoverboards.
No, but
yet.
if you turn on a jet engine like quick enough, it'll just go right. Like,
I feel like,
dude, if I knock
close to it though.
If I knock the end off of a scuba tank, that shit's gonna go flying. So just give me 2 big ass scuba tanks, knock that end off, and make it a dead sprint.
I just don't think it's. I don't think it's. I don't think it'd be controlled enough.
Did you play the podcast? Wow, the pod race game in arcades.
No,
they had 2 throttles left and right, and you had to turn them. Like, dude, I spent
that does seem cool.
So much money on that.
That would be a good VR game.
Yeah, I agree. Don't even give the screen. Just give me that control thing. It was dope as fuck.
Yeah,
so dope.
Dude, speaking of screens, fucking Sony TV, bro.
As tall as a giraffe, I think is what they called it.
It was like they compared it to the size of a double-decker bus, like in Britain. Like,
Jesus,
dude. Oh my god.
Jesus.
I was telling my girlfriend about it, and she was like, "Well, where are you gonna sit to where you're gonna be able to like comfortably see?" I'm like, "Listen,
It doesn't matter where you sit.
if
at
you
that
have
size.
the money to get a 16K TV, you have the money for like a full theater. Like you'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
That's a home theater screen. That's what that is.
That's what I told her. I was like, you go to the theater and you like, it's probably not as big as those screens.
Where
right?
we're gonna sit, dude. I'll watch it from across the street.
What
I
are
don't
you
give a
talking
fuck.
about? Wherever the fuck I have to.
I put it on my front lawn. We'll make this shit happen.
Yeah, man, I'll pay tickets. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it'll be like that.
Put on my apartment building on the outside.
It'll be like those houses that synchronize their Christmas lights to music. That's gonna be your shtick.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna be showing fucking Die Hard on Christmas.
Nope, sure won't. I'm gonna show it in the middle of July. Like, this is when you're supposed to watch this movie.
Sell yippee-ki-yay beer and shit.
Yeah. Dude, I don't. First of all, Sony, why? But I'm not mad. You know what I mean? Like, why are you making that TV though? Who's that for?
With Sony's R&D department, I feel like their head guy always goes, "Yeah, why not?"
I feel like some companies are too big to fail. Have you ever thought about like in the future, like if Sony fails and you like capture your PlayStation and shit and you wipe it off in the future, like, oh shit, I forgot about Sony.
Dude, that's like one of my favorite things in terms of like entertainment in general. Like the idea that modern day life that we take for granted that we think's gonna make it just doesn't.
Yeah.
And that you later down the line, it's like, oh, what is this? Oh, they used to play these discs on this.
What fucking idiots, dude.
Yeah.
Why would you use a disc, man? We just have memory chips. Like, I can just download it from my brain. Why would I?
Yeah, they're like, what's the screen for? Oh, well, we didn't always have projectors on the contact lens. Fucking lasered to your eyeball when you were born.
These peons.
Yeah. That's my favorite look. So like that's why I like steampunk things. I like Altered Carbon on Netflix.
Is that good?
Is dope.
That dude is in House of Cards, right? Is that same guy?
Was he?
Yeah, he was the candidate that was running against Underwood.
Oh, yeah. That
Right? Same guy?
He's good. And
He's really good.
it's like a Matrix-y kind of world where like that guy plays him, but like you can reboot into different skins of different people. So there's another actor that plays. Yeah. It's dope as fuck.
That's weird.
And so like he does the white guy does like the gun stuff, and he's got pretty good hand-to-hand choreography. But they have like an Asian dude that does like the hand-to-hand fighting scenes and stuff.
Oh, that's racist as fuck.
It's dope though. It's so good. It's so good. He's part of a group where like their leader is a black female. It's so good. It's so good.
All inclusive, I see.
It's dope. But their shtick is like steampunky in the future. What if the world collapsed? And I like that shit.
Yeah.
But could you imagine dusting off a PlayStation 1 and then trying to be like, oh, this PlayStation 3 came after that? And you're like, no, it didn't. That doesn't look anything like that.
What are you talking about? They're not related.
Those look completely different.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, they always had a fascination with making things smaller. You know?
Yeah. Dude, one of my favorite things when I go home is going into my closet and just pulling out boxes and going through it and just seeing my old toys and just being like, oh man, I forgot about this. Like, I forgot about, like, I don't know, I just have bags of Chuck E. Cheese tickets for some reason.
Jesus, how much did you get touched?
Just by the animatronic Chucky. So
You thought it was animatronic.
well, it was weird. It was weird because I was like on stage and he just like kept touching me, and it was in the same spot every time. So
I didn't not like it.
yeah.
Do you have any like toys or like? Because when I was a kid, I played with a lot of Legos. So like, I don't have a lot of like Batman action figures or anything, but I have a lot of Legos.
I never was into. I don't think my parents wanted to buy me Legos. For the most part.
It's from the devil. I get it.
Because of the mess. Because they're just everywhere all the time. That's me. And,
So it's for their benefit that you didn't get Legos.
Probably.
And it's their fault that you can't put a car together like one of the kids.
It's true.
Rude.
It's true.
Did you watch the Lego movie?
No.
No? Oh.
I like the Lego games. I still want to get the Lego supervillains one,
Yeah.
DC villains, whatever.
I watched on what's it, Love, Death, Robots or whatever, I watched that on your recommendation, and I'm gonna counter that recommendation with the Lego Movie because it's good and just in the aspect of like thematically on an adult level of things.
Yeah,
it's really good. Lego 2 you could probably skip. The first one though, dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude,
isn't it weird how they make kids movies for adults? Really?
No, like conceptually yes, but no, because it's like it is adults making it, and especially with that studio and stuff, and making CG movies is such a chore and a task. Like you're trying to make something that you enjoy as well.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be deep. It's not just gonna be slapstick. Oh, look at this. It's gonna have that, but it's gonna be, remember this from your childhood kind of bullshit. So like conceptually, yes, it is weird that kids movies are for adults, but I think the entertainment industry is aware that adults still have to take the kids to the movies.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it appealing to them as well, they're not going to do it. Because kids, that's where your money's at when you make movies, is fucking kids. So, well, no, it's not fucking kids. It's kids movies.
That's where it's at. That's where the movie money is at. Fucking kids.
I mean, it's not wrong, okay? But it's dark. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man.
It is strange, though. And I think I first realized that happened with Shrek.
Yeah. They did that intentionally.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. That was when I remember it starting to be a thing.
But now, like, when you go back and you watch classic cartoons as an adult, you kind of see it was always there, but it's just more subtle. Like Bugs Bunny and fucking rapey Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, I think that's more of like a sign of the times more so than like their writing. I think they're like, this is just how people act. Like this is just one character, how this one character acts. It's not like, I think now it's more thought out.
You think? I mean, because like comic books were for kids. They were always for kids. There's nothing adult about going to a shop on a fucking Wednesday because you know that there's new issues of arts and illustration. And
there's nothing childish about that. Like, what kid knows that, dude?
The nerdy comic book kids. And
true.
It's weird that became the stereotype that it is for kids, because it is, you have an artist, you have an inker, you have a writer. Like, there's work that goes behind it, but it's always been seen as like a kid thing, but it's also always been a comment on the times. It's always X-Men is about racism,
Yeah.
And so it's always been politically
charged almost.
Yeah. Like Black Panther and the Black Panthers, like those are related. Like those are all things. And so
have you watched like kids shows? Like kids
like
shows,
like
PJ Masks
and
Paw
the
Patrol.
the pig one, he's
Peppa
a big
Pig.
Peppa Pig. Yeah, that's who it is.
It's a girl. So I hope you don't
I've seen it.
Misgender.
I've seen it, and then it like makes my brain glitch.
Well, it's like dude, it's like, imagine being the person that's working on this. Whoops. Like, working on the fucking... You have to write this? Huh, dude. Like, you're sitting in a room trying to write for 6-year-olds? Blow my brains out.
Do you think it's a table? Like, there's a writer's room? Or it's like two people going, all right, this is what we got?
I think they sit at a super small table with, it's like at, like, the dentist's office where they have those little wire things with the beads on it that, you know what I'm talking about? It's like a roller coaster. And I think they just play with that until they come up with an idea.
Or they just do drugs with it, and they just keep, hey, what if we had like 4 animals? We put like shapes on their head. One of them's gay, he's got a purse, and they have TVs on their bellies.
They probably just bring in a kid, and they're just like, so what'd you see today?
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, I'm going to write that
There's
down.
got to be like a program, too, like an algorithm where they're like, just generate things that kids like, and then they're like, all right, make a story with this.
Yeah, and it's also like, teach a lesson.
Yeah.
Sort of, depending on the show.
Speak in a British accent.
Yeah.
Because Peppa Pig.
There's a show called Horrid Henry, and it's just this kid being a fucking badass little kid. And
You're badass or black people badass?
Black people badass. And it's just like, why is this a thing? Kids are going to see this, and they're just going to misbehave. Especially the kids I work with. But at the same time, I'm the person that's like, man, video games don't affect behavior.
Even if it did, though, like, do you think like, because you remember when, like, the rated M game became a thing, you know? Because we're not that far apart in age, and that was like a...
Well, I mean, I saw it on Conker's Bad Fur Day, right?
Yeah, but that was
the first time I saw it, and I was like, oh.
That was like a thing. Like, I want to say, like, it wasn't a video game world thing. It was like the government world going, hey, guys, you have to let people know what's going on.
Yeah, it was like the same thing that happened with movies, essentially.
Yeah. Do you think the government should have any sort of, like, hold or say on the entertainment industry? Or should it be like a self-propagating, like, what we support is what we like and that's what it's going to create?
There should be, well, as far as, like, what content goes into it?
Yeah.
It should be up to the developers, just like movies. I was going to say something. Fuck.
I just bring that up because that's actually the next news topic in terms of government and stuff. In Nepal, they have banned. I'm gonna let you guess two different ones. They have banned a very popular game. I'm not gonna tell you the genre because it might give it away. You get two guesses. What game do you think Nepal banned? And they're saying that a large reason is because it's an addictive game.
StarCraft?
No.
I'm not thinking on the right lines, am I?
No.
I need to think like more violent and shit.
Yes, kind of. I guess so.
Grand Theft Auto?
No. Nepal on this Thursday, banned PUBG.
Really?
Yeah. Weird, huh?
Yeah. That's
out of
odd.
all the game choices, but they flat out, Nepal's weird. Like
they have half the tallest mountain in the world.
they I think you can't like spit or something or chew gum in Nepal. Something ridiculous.
Dude, you're thinking of a different country.
You're thinking of Soviet Russia,
like Thailand, and like Burma. Fucking
Burma's
Dubai,
Myanmar now.
Dubai. My bad.
That's a weird game. Like again,
Nepal is like in the mountains between India and China. It's literally where Everest is. You know what I mean? I feel like I didn't even know they had video games, to be honest with you. All I see about Nepal is like when people are about to climb Everest, that's where they go in from.
And then two of them come back.
Yeah. Can we set a goal to climb Everest?
One of us might die.
That's fine.
Have you seen Free Solo?
Free Solo?
No, it's on Hulu.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's about a climber. He's the first and only person to free solo Yosemite, like El Cap.
Oh,
so
that's stupid.
Yeah, no ropes. He did it in like 3 hours. And
what?
Like, yeah, it's a documentary about leading up to it, and you know that he survived, but it's such a good documentary. Yeah. The whole time you're like, what the fuck?
Did you watch? There's one on documentary called The Dawn Wall.
No.
It's about, dude, this climber gets this trip to like fucking the Middle East essentially to do like rock climbing. And while they're climbing, they get taken hostage by terrorists. They manage to escape. This dude pushes one of the terrorists off a cliff and then they escape. And I forget what happens. Somehow he loses a finger.
Where's it on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay, I'll check it out. What's it called?
The Dawn Wall.
The Dawn Wall. Okay.
DAWN. He loses a finger, and then he has to do all his climbing like this, without the index.
Everything was impressive to me up until climbing without the index finger. That's not a big deal.
Fuck
That's
off,
not a big
dude.
deal.
You're
Okay,
so
dude, I will bang out 2-finger pull-ups. Okay, fuck you. Don't make that the selling point. Yeah, that's dope. He kicked the human being off the cliff. There's those and Spartans are the only people that allow.
To be honest with you, I was interested until it got to the part about climbing with him. It's like, all right, like that's impressive and shit, but it's like the last like hour of it is about like him like trying to overcome this. Obviously, it's like, all right, like that's cool and shit. Like it's definitely like he definitely did some crazy shit. Like he's climbed like walls that people don't climb.
Yeah,
and it's like he did it with 4 fingers. Fucking, but
For you listeners, dude, I'm talking shit. Okay, I get it. I climbed inside, but for real, I'll bang out some finger pull-ups. I look like a Shaolin monk for 10 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a gangster.
They're actually like not that hard. It's the stabilizer muscles in your hand that like they just have to keep the shape. If you could do a pull-up, you can, and your hand can make that shape. You can do finger pull-ups. It's not like any more effort. Like a one-handed pull-up, that's ridiculous. That's way more effort.
Right.
Whereas like a finger, it's just like changing from a chin up to a pull-up grip. It's not a big deal. But you got to stay in shape.
No big deal.
Because the next thing on my list of things that I wanted to talk about is there is a okay. So we all know how much I hate.
I don't like where this is going.
Most battle royale modes. In fact, I played the Blackout on Call of Duty and deleted it in less than an hour.
Immediately.
Yeah, it's just too much going on. Like, I don't play any of them pretty regularly, but when I played the Blackout one, I had to set up barriers and lay down barbed wire. Like, if I wanted to play that, I'd play Rainbow Six. I wanted a Call of Duty battle royale. Oh, yeah, make me pick up guns, fine, but why am I setting up barriers? That's what you're here for. Like,
that's not Call of Duty style.
No, it's not. Yeah. So that's why I deleted it.
Yeah, that's what, dude. Their Battlefield Firestorm is it's fun, dude.
Okay,
it's
cool. I want to give it a go.
It's fun. You can come over and play whatever you want. Unless you
busy
like,
dashing, okay,
I know,
sir?
Right? Unless you have unless you pick like a bad jump spot, like you can survive quite a while. And it's more like, well, it depends on the kind of person you are, but for me, I'm just gonna lay low, collect weapons, try to make it as long as I can. When I play with my friend, we tend to go after people more just because it's more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won a game last night. It was crazy. It's like, it's way more strategic than you think. Like, ammo is very limited, and so it's like a lot of like switching guns and like making sure like, oh, he has a sniper, I'm gonna have a heavy machine gun and a shotgun. He's got like a SMG. So it's like,
is there like armor pickups and med packs?
Yep. You get.
I think that's the part that loses me. It's like, I don't want to have to manage those things as well. Like.
Yeah, but it adds more because you don't die as quick as like in a normal game mode, which is nice. And then if you're playing with a squad, then you have time to like revive a person. Like I guess most battle royales do that.
Yeah.
And that was like part of it too. Like somebody could go down, the other person finishes that guy's off, revives you. You could just keep going, like med up, get your armor back, and just keep going. So, yeah, it's very like firefighty, where it's like you see someone and then it's more like a real firefight.
It's like skirmishes, skirmishes across the map. Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. I think that's what I liked about Red Dead's battle royale. It's extra slow, but damage is consistent, and it's in very like tight quarters. Everything's at 6-shooter range.
Right.
It's cool.
Yeah, that one's fun. Those, I feel like Red Dead and Battlefield they do battle royale their own way.
Okay, I'll check it out then, because I'll still play Gun Rush just for a second.
It would still be dope if they had you drop in from a hot air balloon in Red Dead.
That's a great idea.
I don't think they had like parachutes back then or anything like that.
Yeah. Do you know Red Dead? Hot air balloons, like, they don't land; they just kind of crash. Mm-hmm. That's so scary.
They just they
My girlfriend's like, let's go in a hot air balloon. It's like, you know they don't, like, when we're done they just turn it off, right? Like,
I mean, surely they can like control it, right?
They can control the descent, but like, they're making it so you fall slow, but there's no wheels to like peter you out. You go from moving to not moving pretty fucking quick.
You make a good point. I was just talking to somebody about that. I think it was Aaron. Yeah, I was talking to Aaron about it. And I was just like, that would be cool, man. He's like, you know how easy you could fall out of that? I'm like, I'm not too worried about falling out of it.
Yeah, I'm worried about the fall that's guaranteed to happen at the end of that.
That's a good point, dude. I've never thought about that.
They're like, all right, guys, throw the sandbags over. No, I feel like we need these. Like,
oh, my God.
So, no. I'm too much of a control freak to let that much.
That's
go.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'll go blimp over fucking hot air balloon any day.
That would be cool.
Yeah, because the one time it blew up, and then they're like, "Oh, we have to build this with standards," and then we've been good ever since.
Yeah, it's been fine. They're not even the same thing. That was a Zeppelin. We use blimps
that's true.
now.
That thing was gigantic too.
It was so
that was
big.
like, of course, that exploded.
Also, where were all the people? Those things are so big, and it's like, it's so big, and then the part where people are in is so tiny.
Yeah, it's carrying like a busload of people. Maybe.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck?
Yeah. There's video of that.
Yeah.
I remember watching it as a kid and going, I don't know if I should be watching this in like second grade. Like,
And then the terrible fucking audio. It's coming down. It's on fire. It's so bad.
it's like, there's someone in here. Someone in here. So, battle royale. Would you participate in a battle royale? Like
In a real life battle royale, let's
yeah.
fucking do it, man. Amongst comics, fuck them all. I'm down.
I'm glad you say that because that's our next thing. This unknown dude, it was posted on Hush Hush, I guess. It's a luxury marketplace. It was listed on Hush Hush by an anonymous person who is looking to hire someone to design an arena for a 100-person battle royale game, a real life battle royale game. And I guess it's gonna take over the course of like 3 days, 12 hours each day, or depend. Like these are the rough
Fuck
outlines.
that. Why wouldn't you just do like a full on 3-day fucking?
Because people have to sleep, and I don't know.
Yeah, make it part of the game.
I guess it would make sense if there is action time and only certain times you're allowed to move. Then you can kind of push the action. If you can't control the size, because there's no way you're gonna.
What's the idea here? Paintball? I don't understand.
Airsoft, I think. He wants everyone to wear like
I'm skeptical.
stuff.
I feel like there is. Yeah, put this on. There's gonna be real guns.
Oops.
My bad. I went to the wrong lockup. That was.
Yeah. So I'd be down. Fuck, dude. I would be doing so many 4-finger push-ups and pull-ups.
But like.
You
could shoot someone, they'd be like, no, I didn't.
The
hit
concept
me.
behind it, though, it's what they're wearing. Is that there's going to be
exoskeleton,
just like a suit that can measure impact and stuff, and somehow relay it to.
Yo, how much of these take? First of all, is this a Fire Festival thing? Because
I don't
this
know.
Sounds
I'm in though.
Fire Festival.
That's fine.
Sounds like bullshit.
That's fine.
I feel I just like all these things they're talking about. It's like, oh yeah, we want to do this 60 years from now.
I want him to do it. He's looking for someone now, and they call Hush Hush a luxury marketplace. So I guess it's just where rich people go to do shit. This guy could be trolling, but I think that it'd be dope.
It would be cool
to play, like to participate and
if
then
it
have
could
championships.
Be legit, dude. You'd have to. I don't know, man. That just doesn't seem.
I think if you wanted to make this successful, though, that you would have to televise it or offer like a live stream or something.
Yeah,
you have to monetize it like that, and in that case you might have to scale it down and have it be like a 50 player and a smaller.
Nope.
You want to do 100 over the course of a week.
Yeah, I also think that they should do it augmented reality.
How so?
So like they have the battlefield set up however they want, and then they have somebody come in and program a world over top of it, and then they all put on like headsets or something.
Oh, now you want it 30 years in the future. This guy wants this like
no, it's not
gonna
happen.
Year.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen that soon. But they just need to know this is where the contact lenses come into play, bro. This is when you need them.
Right. I mean, that seems like a pretty straightforward technology that should exist right now.
The world's not ready.
You're right. That Google Glass thing was dumb as fuck.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the movie Anon on Netflix?
No.
It's like they take a Black Mirror idea essentially and make it into a movie, but it's very like contact lenses that have like ads. It's just everything, you just recall your memories and watch them and shit. And it's just like, man, that looks dope. That looks sweet. That looks like what I want to do. Cause it's like everything in the real world is bland. And then they like these things turn on. And there's like ads on buildings now and fucking like they look at something and it tells you what it is, how much it costs. Their music's playing and it just pops up and tells you what song is playing.
The world gets a user interface.
Yeah, exactly. And you walk by somebody, it tells you who they are, what their job is, and all that shit. It's fucking. It's one of those things where it's like that's fucking cool, but you're like, I don't know if I would do that.
You'd have to, though. I think it would get to a point where like it would be difficult to interact if you didn't.
You'd be socially weird.
Yeah,
if you didn't.
Like the people that don't text now. I'm like I'm not talking to you.
The people that don't have smartphones, it's like, get over yourself. Isn't it weird? It's like people that are like living on the, what do you call it? On the fringe? I don't know. But like with less technology, where like that's like
it's weird because like they're like, oh, I'm just trying to be minimalist. It's like, no, they have like iPhones in Africa and shit too. Like you're not doing anything special. Whatever, dude. You're just making life inconvenient for yourself.
Yeah, dude. I literally don't know how I would get places without my phone sometimes.
Yeah. I got lost one time in Irvine. My phone died, and I was like, I have zero idea where I am.
I'm finding a gas station and buying a map.
Yeah.
I at least have the skill to be able to read a map. Some people don't have that skill, and I'm like, first of all, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a map. Like, what are you talking about?
Just have someone point to you where you are.
Yeah,
literally.
You can if you can't figure it out from there, you literally need to go back to school.
Yeah.
I just don't understand when somebody's like, I don't understand how to read a map. It's like, but it's just the world on a paper. What are you talking about?
It's actually less complicated. There's no, like, you can see 17 streets at a time.
It doesn't move. It's so weird.
They're used to playing video games where north is always oriented on their thing. Fuckers.
Yeah.
We can wrap this up. This is a long episode. So
it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're at an hour and something minutes. So.
All right. Well, what else is? I mean,
that was pretty much all the news fit to print that I found. I mean, Sekiro, that fucking ninja game. That's not a ninja game. That I mean, yeah, I get it, but like, I don't need a supernatural Tenchu. I want regular Tenchu. But anyway, they fucking sold 2 million copies in 10 days. And a game of skill, I would say, because you do have to learn things. I hear it gets a little complicated, and it's very Ninja Gaiden-y in terms of difficulty and progress. But that's how you know you get good at a game. Like Devil May Cry has always been the same way, where you in the beginning you can't do anything, but you see like videos online of people like finishing off monsters with like a 19,000 hit combo or something.
What the fuck?
But yeah, so like in Devil May Cry, you learn those combos slowly, so that by the end you do feel like this demon fucking badass slayer. That's like, I will fuck this guy up if you take, because you can take those skills that you learned to the previous boss and be like, dude, I fucked him up. Like,
yeah,
I'm so good. So I think that's what they're going for in games now.
Yeah,
which I think is missing a lot.
Yeah, dude, we're seeing a lot of. Well, I'm seeing a lot of leaked details about PlayStation 5. Like, I'm seeing a lot more information coming out about it, rumors, so to speak. And I think we're gonna have some kind of announcement soon. So I feel like that's coming too. I just want to say that.
What do we have? We have the PlayStation, then we have the PlayStation Pro, right? And that's their like re-release. I kind of thought that like when they did the PSVR, I kind of thought that was like this is our next gen console. I thought they did too. Because I think they did. And
when
then
you think about like PSV, like that's PlayStation 5, like Roman numerals, like that's what I was thinking. PlayStation 5 and it's VR. But now it's weird that they're just gonna do a PS5, but they haven't technically announced it either. So they could just.
We
be
are a little overdue,
6.
huh? How long has the PlayStation 4 been out?
VR's been out for a couple of years,
right?
4 or 5 years,
right, and that extended a couple. So like we're kind of off schedule, I guess. So I hope we get something new, but I also hope not, because like
I just got a PS4.
Yeah. I feel like there's still some juice to be squeezed out of that box. Usually it's.
But I mean, you're hearing about games where they're like what was it? Anthem, wasn't it, that was crashing PlayStation?
Yeah.
It's like, so these developers want to do more. So
that's true.
It's gonna happen.
Got to start making friends at like studios so we can be like, yo, did you guys add any unnamed
new studio tours,
developer kit things that might come from Japan? No? All right, just wondering.
What about from Bethesda, Maryland? Anything there? We got new Windows stuff.
How about a Half-Life 3?
Not happening.
It's never gonna happen. I don't know if it needs to. At this point, I think most of the Half-Life fans have moved on to
They're dead.
Fallout, and yeah, they're dead. They really are. Dude, the Half-Life 2 install was like 12 discs. Like,
if that didn't kill you,
12 discs, 3 restarts. Like, you hit puberty and finished it before you got to disc 8. It was so fucking annoying. And then for some reason, I felt like I had to keep all the discs because they tell you in case you delete or lose, I'm not gonna lose the game. It's already there.
And if I do. Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going through that again.
Yeah. I want to play it again.
I have a midlife crisis waiting for Half-Life 2 to reload.
Yep. Come in with a fresh-ass red Ferrari.
Yep.
Some hot slut you found.
Yeah.
Or found you, I guess.
And they're going to leave you because you play Half-Life 2 too much.
Because she finds your disc and she's like, why do you keep these, you stupid fuck?
What is this for?
Yeah.
What is this going? I've never seen one of these. I mean, it's some young dumb
Yeah.
slut. So
That hurts my heart.
she probably didn't even have a Walkman growing up.
Dude,
If you're 18 years old, you didn't have a CD player.
No, you didn't. You don't know what a fucking anti-shock protection is as a selling point.
See, I feel like that's the parents' issue. Like, you gotta tell kids about the shit that you grew up with. My parents did that. They're like, oh, that's cool. Like, we'd get a CD, but like they'd be like, this is crazy. Back in my day, blah, 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 blah. We had to do this. And I'd be like, whoa, fuck that. Like, but it's like that's a parent's job to like explain to them, like, this hasn't always been this way. Like, things change. Like, things get better. It's weird. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But people don't talk to their kids anymore.
People don't talk to anyone anymore.
I know, it's great.
It's those React videos are such a thing now because we're all so inundated in our own world.
Yeah.
Like we don't.
And nobody knows how to interact in reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom.
That's why we need virtual reality.
Yeah.
And no, I think this investor guy that wants to do the 100 player real life airsoft game, he's doing something real.
Yeah.
I'm in, dude.
Trying to.
You let me know. I'll work out. I'll get in shape.
Call the herd.
They should have a Spartan race airsoft game. Just like, all right,
Ow.
you got 4 miles.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Blah. You doing burpees? Blah, blah, blah. You're an asshole.
See, that sounds fun. You imagine getting shot at or shooting someone as they're going across like the twister. You're like, I'm going to fight you after this. You better stop it.
Shoot him right in the dick.
Or you shoot them right after they get out of the mud and all your BBs just stick on them. It's like, dude, you look like styrofoam right now. Get out.
Oh, my God. Dude, there was the one Spartan race that was terrain only. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I mean,
it's like a hike.
yeah, I'm going to pay $200 to hike.
Yeah, it'd be $200. That's not how much we paid last time. What was it,
Like $100 or something.
Did we really pay that much money to torture ourselves like
91.
that? Wow, we're fucking
No, I'm looking forward to it. I just went running and I was like, oh, I forgot this could be fun. Like, I was driving home on Victoria and I was like, this place, it smells nice. I'm going to go for a run. And I went for a run and I'm like, oh.
Did you already sign up?
No.
I'm not going to be ready.
Be ready. It's not you got time.
When do we have to sign up by?
Dude, I think there's always spots.
You can always sign up.
I think their marketing is like, oh, make it seem like there aren't any spots, but it's like, how are you not gonna have spots outside?
Yeah.
Like,
And
there's no what?
It was such like a let's do it. Like, you can fucking do it. They're not gonna turn people down.
Yeah, you can show up and
Yeah.
just run. They're
Like,
yeah,
Alec,
just come in.
Alec didn't. Alec first, dude. I don't know how many times we had to run through the instructions. It's just I didn't have a problem.
Me either. That's because we did ours ahead of time, and
Yeah.
it was like, hey, just show up with your ID, and that's what I prefer because I'm busy freaking the fuck out on my first obstacle course. Like,
Yeah, dude, it was very, dude. It's so funny that we're going back talking about this. Like,
we haven't talked about this on this podcast.
it's been
I don't
so
think.
long. Was it that long?
Last
It
October.
wasn't even that long ago, really. But I think
6, 7 months ago.
I've suppressed it. Dude, that first wall to get just into the fucking starting
Yeah.
area, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I didn't know I had to do it out the gate.
We haven't even started yet.
This is bullshit. It's like, how do I opt out now? Like,
like, dude, if I can't get over that, can I just not do the race? Is that
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like, if you can't get over that, then no, you can't do the race.
definitely. Yeah, for those that didn't do it, there was no gates to get to the starting point. They were like, here's a 6-foot wall, get over it.
I think it was 5, but whatever.
And mind you, that's the smallest wall in the course.
Those were easy. 5 feet, that was pretty easy.
All the walls are pretty easy.
The 8-foot one, there's no way I was going to do that by myself.
I want to do, okay. You don't have to necessarily be ready. I want to do it as a group.
Yeah, that would
time.
be fun.
So
just
if
the two of us,
or just whoever else. I know there's a few people at my gym that want to do it. There's a couple of comics.
See, I don't want to do it with people I don't know.
Which is fine.
That's uncomfortable for me. I don't want to help them out.
Rather than find people you know.
I have no real need to help them. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Yeah.
Like you, I'll help you.
I
might help Aaron. Do you think Aaron would do it?
I tried. I asked. He gave me a hard no already.
Good for him.
So
good man. I'm so stupid that I'm even considering it. Again.
I think it'd be more fun as a group.
I agree.
And I think it just like we know we can do it now, and when we want to break the time, we can train for it. But I think I did it solo. Now I want to do it as a group, and then I'll try and break time after that.
Okay, we're gonna have to set, like, if somebody misses an obstacle, we're gonna have to break up the burpees.
Yeah, but the person that missed it has to do the most. Sure. Don't be a bitch, dude. Finish your fucking obstacle.
No, we were doing it as a team.
We
bro.
are, but like, you need to have a penalty for not
dick.
finishing your obstacle.
Oh, this is not
life
a team.
Life doesn't tell you.
It's not a team.
I'm gonna go all the way through and be like, no, I hit every obstacle. I'm not doing burpees.
Doing burpees.
I'm not doing them. Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like some of those obstacles. It's just like I can't. There's just
you
no
can't?
way. That A wall. There's no way.
The tall net one? The slip
no,
wall.
that was it. Yeah, the slip wall.
I just had my technique wrong. I went halfway through and they were like, you can't do that. And I was like, no one told me how I could do it. Fuck, whatever, dude.
Just need to watch more videos. Hope we get easier obstacles.
Yeah. They have new fucking obstacles too. That like, oh, I wonder if I could do that.
Yeah.
So
I'm scared.
All right, Team Spartan race. We're gonna do it. I want to do it at the ranch
No,
again.
we're not. I'm not agreeing.
I'm
not agreeing to it. We're not. I'm not.
We should do it.
Putting it out there. I'm gonna try to get in shape. If I can be in shape. What month is it? It is April, May, June, July, August, September. We'll see how I feel at the beginning of September.
It's April.
Yeah.
How about we see how you feel on the 4th of July? That's 12 weeks, dude. On a bare minimum of diet only, you can lose 2 pounds a week. That's
I don't cook my meals.
Maybe you should. July. We'll say July.
I'm trying to maintain my relationship also.
You can cook well and maintain your relationship. Dude, I made the fuck out of some steak, broccoli, and rice the other day, or some twice-baked potatoes. Bro, I have this, have you heard of these pellet grills that, you can, I'm just kidding. Traeger grills. Who's going to be our new sponsor? Thanks to Bass Pro Shop.
You don't make me happy talking about.
I just went running and I got excited about it again.
You went running earlier?
No, yesterday.
Yesterday.
I just did 5K. I was like, I wonder. I'm convinced. Wow. I'm convinced now after that run that 3 miles is a mental thing. If you can't do 3 miles, it's in your head.
Oh yeah.
Because it was a tough run and I was a little sore, but it was like, oh, I did it. Like it's doable. So guys, just run 5K or jog 5K or briskly walk 5K. But
right.
if you can't do it at a speed without stopping, it's in your head. That's all it is. So that's my new bar for life is 3 miles. I'm going to do 3 miles a day for the rest of my life.
Well, I mean, that's okay.
Once my bones are ready for it.
I was gonna say maybe
some shit. Oh, Hector Lara gave me this thing for my plantar fasciitis. It's like you sleep with it on and it keeps your foot flexed and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it helps slightly. So anything that helps at this point.
What part of your foot hurts?
The bottom. So it's my right foot, and right where the cup of my foot is, like where it flattens out and makes that transition to my heel. There's like a strand of like muscle that goes almost to my toes. Yeah. But most of the pain's radiated in my heel.
Yeah. I have that problem too.
Yeah. So as often as possible, I like step on the ball and
but,
shit.
Yeah. When I lose weight, that goes away. For you, that's a little different because you don't really need to lose weight.
Oh, I got fat this winter. What are you talking
Did
about?
you?
Yeah,
I'm
definitely,
sorry.
dude. But no, I'm down. I've stopped. I've stopped drinking my calories. I starve myself for 16 hours a day. So I know the steps that need to be taken.
Yeah.
It's fine. But
That's how I feel too. It's hard coordinating with another person.
yeah,
'Cause
it can be.
She's not always as strict.
Mm-hmm.
Or she has a different idea of what we should be eating. Whereas I'm like, I just want to eat like keto. And she's like, well, what about like rice and potatoes? I'm like, that.
You can, if you're going to the gym, you can do rice and potatoes like post-workout
Yeah.
on keto.
Yeah.
Yeah. For like, I think there's, as long as it's a good enough workout,
Yeah.
you got like a 2-hour window of like, all right, cool, we can have
Right.
rice for lunch then.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But like, I don't know. We got like, we'll just buy like bread.
yeah.
And it's like, I just don't want bread. And I'm like, no pasta. And she's like, well, what are we supposed to eat? I'm like, anything but that. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Meat and vegetables.
And the thing, I hate vegetables, but when it comes to like, I'll fucking eat it. Like, I'll eat it if I know like, okay, I'm doing this to get healthy, to
Yeah.
lose weight. I'll fucking eat it. But of course, if you fucking make a whole thing of macaroni and cheese or potatoes, yeah, I'm gonna eat the shit out of that too. It's like I'll just eat whatever you put in front of me because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And if I'm not hungry, I won't eat it, but I probably won't eat more of shitty stuff because you just fed me, and that's rude. You know what I mean? Like, that's just rude. If someone cooks you something, like, that's what you eat or you don't eat. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah, I completely agree. But desserts are my weakness.
Yeah, dude, I'll have like a bowl of cereal for dessert.
So I'll keep. I try not to keep desserts in here. Like if my girlfriend will buy snacks because she takes it to work and stuff, and she's got a long drive, it's really difficult for her at some point during the week to not go, dude, you eat my snacks? I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
You keep them in a lockbox,
Yeah,
dude. You need those like child safety things. At the very least, you'll be like going to do an undone, and you're like, this is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that I even have to put this on there, just that being on there
Yeah.
should deter you.
It's so bad. Like she knows that if there's sugar in this house for longer than 3 days, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah, that's how I am too. It's just you just gravitate towards
Mhm.
it. It's
so
fucking
good.
addicting.
It's so good. Like I made her a Nutella banana sandwich for breakfast this morning, and but it was outside of my eating window. And twice I went to like lick my fingers or eat a piece of. I was like, I felt like
You
an
literally,
addict.
Like not anything. You won't eat any like the smallest amount of anything. You don't.
No, 3 to 11 is when I eat. So
3 to 11.
yeah, which is reasonable for my if I'm
Yeah.
doing comedy. It's easy to do.
And what time do you go to bed though?
That depends on the day. Most days I try to be in bed by 11 now.
Do you usually eat like at 11?
No. I try to eat as by 10 o'clock. I'm like, fuck, I should be done eating because
Okay, so 3 to 10 realistically.
kind of, yeah. Because I feel like if I'm eating in that last hour, I'm binging, and I do that as well. Like that's a problem for me. So it's like if I'm eating at 10, it's probably because I'm bored.
Right.
So I try to get
The
everything.
problem with me is that with like my work schedule and then like trying to get to open mic, there's so much time. Like there's so much time when I'm just like on the move. I don't have time to eat when I should be eating. Like in between work and an open mic is the right time to be eating, like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I go to bed 4 hours later, and I haven't eaten anything that amount of time, but I don't have that time to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fair. For me though, it's easier because especially if I'm fasting. That seems such like an LA thing to say now.
It's a biblical thing to say.
It works though, but
Yeah, for the wrong reasons.
no, I feel good.
Well, you're doing intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
They used to do like 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the rich people would do 3 days. The poor people are like, yeah, that's what we do.
They're like, yep,
every day.
just the weekend.
Welcome.
It's just a weekend.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so it's like I do smaller things if if my window of eating gets smaller, I make less dietary changes in terms of nutrition. I shouldn't, but it's like if I have a window to eat in where I'm at, I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm gonna try and make a good decision. But if all there is like some fucking chicken and some fries, fine, whatever. Because my overall caloric intake in general is still lower than if I were eating.
Since you're only eating inside of a small window.
Yeah. So
That's
it's like
interesting.
I'm less strict about that, But I do like the other thing.
But you also make sure you work out and exercise hard.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
And my big one, and I know it's sugar, is as I drink my calories a lot. So like now I'm on water, black coffee.
What do you like when you say you drink your calories? Like what are the kinds of things that you're?
Sodas, juices,
You do
Gatorades.
drink soda a lot?
If it's in the house, that's why I don't.
I didn't
have
know
it.
you were a big soda guy.
Yeah.
I am too. That's my addiction right now. I got out when I lost my weight. I didn't have soda for like 6 months.
My girlfriend loves Dr. Pepper. Though.
It's so good, dude. It's like, fuck you guys for making it so good. It's not fair.
Yeah. Or like ices or Slurpees. Like I reward myself with shit like that. Like a sweet coffee. Like that's where most of my calories come from.
I'm getting angry because I know that I need to stop drinking that stuff and I don't want to do it.
Sweet coffee?
Soda.
Oh.
But like, yeah, those double shot, like those Starbucks double shots. Oh, those things are so good.
Dude, I ballooned up and then stopped drinking my calories, and immediately it was all gone. Not all, but like it's like, oh shit, there's 5 pounds that I didn't that went away without trying.
Water weight.
Yeah. So, and then I started fasting, and then I'm just little things that I try to do to kind of make it all count.
Yeah, I like the fasting I do. I might actually try that because I usually try to eat something in the morning. I usually don't. But I'll get something midday, and it's never good because I'm out and about.
I'm definitely legit trying for a summer body this year. Like, so by the end of...
I'm too late for that. I'm trying to get the fall.
The fall?
Yeah, fall, autumn abs. I don't know.
So, we'll see how it goes. That's my life update.
The way I see it, I'm just bulking to gain. You know what I mean? It's standard protocol.
I'm cutting. I think I'd be sexy, less fluffy, but I feel like everyone's sexy, less fluffy.
Yeah, for sure. That's
and then when they're fucking casting for that battle royale thing, I'm ready, dude. Let's fucking do this. Bring it.
And you don't get that, then you can be the wave.
She's gonna have more abs than I do, though.
They can CGI it.
They can 300 with.
They CGI'd the mustache off Superman's face.
Dumb, so fucking dumb.
They can CGI abs.
Dude, when I found that out, I didn't know that until after the fact, and I was like, "Oh, that's why his face looked fucking weird.
That's why he looked retarded."
Yeah. I thought it was just because he was a bad actor.
I didn't even see the movie. So
I saw it.
No idea.
All right, guys.
All right, let's get out of here.
This was fun. Catch us anywhere you catch podcasts.
I think this should be how we
subscribe
do our
to our Twitch. And Twitch, YouTube, Podbean, iTunes. Check us out at the open mics. We got lots of open mic happenings this month. We'll see you guys later on another. Oh, I'm the George F. He is at Slim Henderson. We'll see you guys on another episode of Gameboiz. Bye.
Hadouken! He's on fire! Come here!
It's me! Listen!